need a couple pickers over here.
The United States Department of Agriculture is encouraging local farmers to establish a relationship with local schools, to teach young minds the value of buying fresh and local foods, to share their expertise on how to grow nutritious foods, and to explain why supporting their local farmer is so important. They may even help influence students to study agriculture someday, making farming their profession.
You would have missed it had we not taken our walk and pointed them out. That's a nice watermelon. We like that one.
Students, on the other hand, learn how to plant and nurture a crop. They learn the feel of warm soil, the fresh scent of flowering plants, and the pure joy of harvesting the bounty of their labor. They learn that food grown behind the school or just down the road at a local farm is more fresh, more nutritious, and best of all, more tasty. At Great Valley School District, just outside Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Barb Nissel leads the farm to school effort. She says what started as a small garden plot a few years ago has turned into a community-wide effort.
So we're learning as we go along. Each and every year we change our technique a little bit. We've learned about crop rotation and cover crop, and we compost from our cafeterias as well as the weeds and the grass that we cut down. The reason we do it is because we believe it's the right thing to do. The kids learn. The kids have come out and just been amazed when they lift a leaf and there's a cucumber under there. Our summer camp kids pick it, wash it in a bucket, and eat it, and they're just so excited. It helps us teach the kids where the food has come from. There's signage in the cafeterias when they eat the produce from the garden so that they get to see that cycle. And a lot of the children who come out here who haven't tasted anything before, haven't eaten carrots, or they may not have had watermelon or cucumber, will then try it because they've started it in their classroom and they want to see it grow and then they want to taste it.
We went there in my summer camp to pick some things, and we got to try some of them. We washed them and ate them. It was really good.
I like cucumbers, which I plant, and I love tomatoes. Both of the things I plant are amazing. Every dinner, my mom puts cucumbers and sometimes tomatoes on this stainless steel plate. Puts lemon on. I eat it. It's great. It's fantastic.
Okay, good.
My job here, basically, these days all I do is give advice. And
Great Valley Schools enlisted the help of a local farmer named Terry Decker for expert advice. Terry volunteers from time to time, helping with issues like irrigation, fencing, and soil improvement, the big picture stuff, then marvels at what the young farmers accomplish.
It was really neat to see how Barb had all the kids start everything from seed on the windowsills with the flats and so forth, and then as they got out and started planting, and I left them alone, and I came back in the fall, and I gotta say, they probably wasted more tomatoes than I grew last year. Their eggplants were this big, with football size everywhere. I couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe it. So it was very nice, very fulfilling for me to see that it wasn't a failure. It was more than a success.
When the farmer asked them how many people eat zucchini, or eggplant, and you see the hands go up, a few years ago you wouldn't have seen that. So it's great to see that, and from my standpoint, healthier kids are smarter students, so we're very happy with that.
Well, I think it helps kids understand not to eat junk food, because then they'll become unhealthy. So if you eat healthier foods, you'll have a better life and be able to do more activities than if you just ate junk food all day.
The real goal is for the children to see where their food comes from. We believe that if they're able to participate in the production and they're able to do the seedlings, come out and plant the garden, tend to their seedlings, and then be able to see the produce, they're much more likely to try fresh fruits and vegetables, which is really what we want them to do. Research shows that consumption of fruits and vegetables decreases greatly, about the 5th to 6th grade level. So we wanted to be sure that they understood where the food came from and it didn't just come, out of a box or out of the freezer.
it goes down, each one, the pollen rides down and hits the kernel. Just what makes this beautiful special year corn.
At Harford County Public Schools in Maryland, local farmers are excited to share their farming skills and appreciation for fresh, locally grown foods.
We were asked to come and talk to some of the fifth graders, and we kind of feel honored that we can talk to the kids and tell them where their food comes from and how important it is to eat local food. And so we're kind of blessed to be here.
Oh, we meet so many kids, even adults, who don't even know where their fruits and vegetables come from. So this is definitely a direct way of showing them from the farmer who grows it what it's all about, how it's planted or how it grows and how it's picked. And what's great is how they can prepare it so they can make food. And that's what we're all looking for, good food these days. And if they can get it fresh from the farmer, that's the most wonderful way to eat.
It's a message worth repeating over and over.
Well, local is so important for various reasons. First of all, as was mentioned today, it's shipped locally, it's picked this morning, it's here today. It's not picked until it's absolutely ripe on the vine, which is the absolute best. And if it tastes better, children will eat more of it. And it supports our local farm economy, helps keep our farmers in business, and keeps the open space around Maryland that everybody loves to see.
When we brought in local apples a few years ago, and they used to have those, those nice big red ones that didn't have a lot of flavor, and we brought in local apples and different varieties. They were so excited to learn that there's 7 different varieties grown in Maryland and grown in Harford County, and that they could eat them. They could eat green apples, yellow apples, red apples. They were so excited about just seeing the different things. And the flavor, when they bite into it, is actually juicy and kind of snapping back at them, which is great.
This area over here is a pizza garden, so we have peppers. It was like what you would have on a pizza. We had peppers, we have basil.
An even more ambitious program is operated by Baltimore City Public Schools. High school students studying agriculture make regular visits to a place called Great Kids Farm, where they learn how to grow, harvest, and prepare wholesome food, a cycle they call seed to fork. It's especially helpful for kids who have never visited a farm or had the opportunity or resources that other kids take for granted.
The Great Kids Farm is really important for the students because it allows them to apply what they're learning in the classroom, in their agriculture classes and science classes, to the real world around them, and gives the students a different opportunity. And a lot of students think that it just comes from the grocery store, and if we can teach them about all the interrelationships that are happening with the soil and the climate and everything that's around them, they can have a better understanding and hopefully open their minds to something new, and in the future then they'll be more apt to make better choices.
Agriculture is just really important in general, and a lot of people don't know that, so introducing it to kids at a younger age and in the high school level, they realize where their food's coming from, how they can grow their own food, how they can do sustainable farming, and that it's just a part of their everyday lives, their clothes, shoes, everything. When they come here once or twice monthly, Beth Matthew lets them try all the different fresh vegetables here, see where their food's being grown and what different vegetables and fruits taste like.
This thing that has the open leaves is called the Swiss cheese plant, and it kind of...
I wanted to get involved because I didn't really know that much about agriculture. I just knew that there was farming, and I wanted to know what else there was, and I'm glad I did it because it's fun.
Making agriculture fun, teaching students to appreciate fresh and local foods, and to understand the importance of supporting local farmers is what Farm to School is all about. The USDA wants to help schools and farmers connect throughout the country. It's a connection to be made with future consumers, good for a farmer's bottom line, and a great connection for the future of our children, who need skills to make better food choices for the rest of their lives.